Hey class, good morning and happy week 8. It looks like I have a lot of work waiting for me in your guys' level 8 submissions and your Quest 2, the house on Mango Street. So I'm excited to spend this week catching up on all of that and seeing what you had to share. This is just a quick reminder from last week that reboots are due for levels 1 through 5 and Quest 1. This is really essential. If you have any work in the gradebook that is still incomplete or reboot available, so purple, orange, etc., this is your chance for levels 1 through 5 and Quest 1. Technically, the due date for that was Sunday, but if you need a little bit of grace, get that done early this week because this is the last week to withdraw from the course. I really, as I say that, don't think that there's anybody who comes to mind that needs to. But I don't know what's going on. Like, we're in an online class, so if you're going through something and you think that might apply to you, check that note below. And also, if you don't get those initial reboots done, that might limit your final grade eligibility. So some stuff for some of you to look into. The rest of you, maybe it doesn't apply, and that's okay too. It's just a good reminder for, just the campus at large too, and the calendar that we're all on. All right, this week, you guys have a little bit of room to focus on Quest 3, Dear Someone, which is a quest that captures one of our learning outcomes for the course. That's what makes it worthy of being a quest all on its own. It's just a moment to stop and reflect and lock in the learning, memorialize the learning that we've done around that outcome in this letter format. It will have you pull from the work that you did for level 8, and it's totally okay to reference books that you recommended or that your peers recommended in that space. You might also pull from The House on Mango Street into that discussion as well. You'll pull from some of the resources that were linked in level 8. That's why I've shared that below. And that is a submission that goes directly to me. It's the only one in the class that's private like that, just because I want to give you guys a little bit of room to, take the spotlight off of yourself and just have a one-person audience, and maybe it'll free you up in some ways. By Sunday, you will participate in Level 9, Controversial Issues and Banned Books. And this as well is focused on a learning outcome for the course. Censorship is especially an issue when we're looking at, or at play, I should say, when we're looking at books that are for children. And what is an age-appropriate text? Or we go back to level 3, I believe it was. What are our ideals for childhood versus what's really happening with children? And that's different for every child at different ages, right? So this is a chance for you guys to really reflect, simmer on that a little bit more. I strongly encourage you to practice a little bit of stretching in that space. So see if you can enter into some conversations or some topics that maybe you wouldn't typically be comfortable with, but you're willing to explore a bit. And remember that the way I've set that level up, we're always going to keep what makes literature quality at the forefront, both those literary elements and those illustrative elements. So maybe you're tackling a topic that puts you outside of your comfort zone, but you can hold on to those elements of quality as kind of your guardrails. And I want to let you know up front that I always just applaud respect, honor, a willingness to be stretched, and you have the ability as well to bow out, to not participate in anything that feels like too much of a stretch for you this week. But that's there and waiting for you, and I am excited to see what you guys will do with level 9. What else? You've got one book left to read for the quarter, a couple more chapters of Russell. You're really rounding the corner, and I want to reiterate what I said at the start of the quarter. I think you're an excellent group of students, and I'm so privileged to get to be your faculty member this quarter. I hope you guys continue to have fun and be surprised by the learning and materials that await you around the quarter. So corner. Enjoy the levels and quests this week and reach out if you need anything extra from me.